You guys talked about the running game and establishing that. The big question, though, here is the quarterback. Based on what you guys saw here today, who do you think will end up being the quarterback?
Well, I've gone back and forth. A year ago when we came to camp, I thought Bolden jumped out. In the spring, neither one of them jumped out. Neither one of them jumped out to me today. Based on last spring and today, I would play both of them. And I don't like to play two quarterbacks, but there's pluses and minuses on both sides. That's not always a good thing. But if I was stuck to make the decision, I would play both of them. I can't separate them right now.
You know, it's very difficult when you talk about all the athleticism that Bolden has. He's truly an outstanding, gifted athlete. But you also look at McGloin. And I think what he's done really from the spring to now, he's really changed what he looks like physically. And then he's a leader out there. And I think right now you have to go with him. When you talk about it, all things being equal, you want to go with the guy that shows a lot of leadership, which he does. He showed it today. So I would be more comfortable with going with McGloin at this particular point.
I was going to try to separate them by who threw the ball better today. And so part of practice, I thought it was Bolden. Then I thought it was McGloin. So I eliminated everything else in my evaluation, and I couldn't pick out who threw it better. At times, McGloin looked like his arm was stronger, and I said he's the guy because his arm's stronger. And then next thing I know, Bolden changes my mind. He whistles one into a 15-yard curl. So I'm confused. Yeah. I'd play both of them based on the little I've seen.
And one of the things that makes this difficult for people that are watching it, obviously from the outside, is the great thing for the coaching staff. They get to see the entire package because it's just not about throwing the football. It's about how you're handling yourself in the meetings. It's about what you're doing out on the football field away from, obviously, just the throw. So I think a lot goes into this, and they've got a tough decision, but I think that with either guy, they can come out and win.
And one thing they were unhappy about last year was the turnover issue, and that's going to be a big part of it, I think, coming into this year. 17 interceptions last year was the most since 2004 when they had 19. That was a team that went 4-7. So they don't want to have a repeat of that kind of performance. They're going to have to cut down on those picks. As you look at how the two QBs stacked up last year, neither had great passing numbers, both under 60% completion percentage, and both did have that tendency to turn it over. Though remember, 5 of McGloin's interceptions came in one game, that bowl loss to Florida. So, an interesting decision for Paterno and offensive coordinator Galen Hall. Might that decision be what Gerry talked about, playing both?
I think both of them are good players. Both of them can lead this football team. So I don't think the old adage is if you have two, you don't have any, but I don't think that's true this year. I mean, last year we had 2, they were inexperienced. I think this year we have 2 pretty good quarterbacks.